Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport. So, I want to show you what I've been doing in detail. You can see a short as well. I've painted the grassy verges to the railway, the grass that grows along the line, the weeds that grow among the ballast. We're going here, I'm planning to fit coaling station, so water crane and a coal bunker right here, and we'll have to also see a wee crane or something to lift see what we can come up with. I'll have to search painted, and anyway, so you can see kind of weedy, and here I'd actually made it too green. So there at the end I mixed some light grey and I sort of covered the grass with a bit more stonework. So let's just go over. In the meantime, we'll run a train. So I'm still been testing the Pico controller this time, and we'll have a look at this line, this small layout with a tender locomotive. So the Jouef 231 C60, the Chapelon. This is a great slow runner with a big saucisson motor, and the Pico controls it absolutely splendidly. So just let it run at slow speed. So I'll show you around the jobs I've done. I think I'll just turn the board round, it's easier. So this is where the signal box is, generally stays. This is its place. So I think I've put too much grass here. I've made too much grass, so what I'm going to do, I'll mix, but I'll do it maybe later on off camera, or maybe tomorrow. I'll have to do it anyway. I'll mix some light grey and sort of tone down this grass that's here. I'm leaving this off now for the moment because you can see that I've got one of the strings of Christmas lights out. These are warm white LED lights, and I'm planning, because I'm sort of beginning to understand, I've made my mind up more or less what everything is supposed to be, and I'll have to wire the underside of the board, sort of fit these lights on, and then put a piece of Velcro. I have to remember to buy some Velcro because I'm out completely. There we go. So even a big tender engine looks quite at home on this layout. And the Jouef 231 C60 has no problems with tight curves because it's practically, the central axle is not flanged. Central wheels are not flanged. But it looks as if they touch the track, but they don't. They just hover right, there's like, I like this locomotive. Okay, sorry, I'm showing it around. Here you can see that even here there was too much grass, and so I toned it down with more ballast, more light grey here, which is the same trick I did for the darker parts. And another point where I had really put too much was between these two rails with the buffer stops, and that was really too green, and so I added some lighter grey ballast, just dabbing with a brush. You still see the screws on the Mehano rail clips have not been painted yet. I'll paint them matte black once I've finished all the work, and I know I'm not going to be lifting any more track. I still haven't made up my mind whether to put the internal line here on a separate controller, or have the option of having it on a set, because it would be even quite interesting, you know, when you run one train on the main line and on the main branch line and on the main siding over here, to maybe do a wee bit of shunting on another controller in here. You know, that would also be interesting. I don't know if it's worth the hassle on such a small layout. I don't know. Tell me. Give me an idea whether I should do it or not. I would have to probably insulate the internal line there. I'd have to fit insulated fish plates here, or either here or here. That would be the idea. Or else another option would be to simply insulate a couple of the line just before the buffer stop, so that I can just park a locomotive and then with the hand of God just push it in, so that I can just maybe have another locomotive parked. And I mean, I'm trying to keep it simple. This is the philosophy behind all of this, is, you know, play trains, and if you play trains you can even use your hands. I mean, it's a small layout. Okay. Then here we're going to make level crossing, so a double level crossing, one here and one here. We'll make it exactly like on the other layout on Brunel. I'll build it up myself using wood, some cardboard for the ramps, and various other black paper. I'm thinking to keep things very simple here and make it as so in HO it'll be an unmanned level crossing, and in double O I'll make some barriers, typical British level crossing barriers. So I'll see. I'll have to have a look at some photographs to make my mind up. Then I wanted to show you another thing over here. Here I've made the gardens for these houses. So these houses have got their back garden going right against the railway fence, and I'm thinking whether to install the typical fence, the typical white railway fence, or maybe make some bushes, some hedges, you know, like Eric of Railway 187 has made on his layout. I'd quite like that, to try that as well, and that would work both for continental double O, for continental HO, and for British double O. The Chapelon-Crosti railway station. I was mentioning last night, talking to John of Mega Bread Van, he's planning to make a model bus layout. He was talking to me, and he was thinking, you know, I have to make some, you know, fuel splodges or oil leaks on the tarmac. And I realised last night when I was talking to him that I've actually got some authentic oil marks on the roads, probably from the Hornby HO and the Triang. They've got exposed drive gears, and maybe the drip when I've moved them around, or they were a bit dropped in grease. So that's actually a good touch. I'll make my own. I'll just use sewing machine oil to to weather the roads. Okay, so that's the update on the layout. The big Chapelon is... I'm pleased that it works well even with a big locomotive. This one has no problems in dealing with the tight radius curves. it's mainly a layout for rail cars and tank locomotives, this one here. We can still, it's also, the other purpose of this small layout is to have a test track when I'm doing locomotive maintenance, because this, you can see, it's very easy to just take it out in this very small room. It takes up much less space. I can turn it around on the trolley. Instead, the big one over there, 80 centimeters by 1 meter 60, it really takes up more space. But we'll be seeing Brunel as well, because it's there, it'll be coming out. I have to reinforce it to try and reduce the warping effect. I think we're going to just pull up in the station. Even better, we could try and go and pick up a train. Okay, let's go. Let's see if we're going to pick up a train. Oops. The tender doesn't seem to like points too much, because in reverse, this tender is very, very light. I should put some tire weights inside it. In reverse, you have to take the... much too light. It'll be the time I actually ballast this tender, because it's really much too... It doesn't want to tackle points in reverse. Let's see. It jumps the points. It jumps the points. So let's just do a thing. It jumps the points because it's too, and it actually has quite big flanges, but the flanges are not really the problem, because these are Jouef points. The thing is that this is too light, you see. It's a tight radius curve, and this one here gets pushed over in reverse. I like the thing of the 231C60 is that you can actually push it manually. See it, that it's jumping the points because it's too light. Okay, right, I've got it. Let's go. Not in. No, it's a disaster. Oh, it does not like points in reverse. Got itself. Okay, I think we'll forget about it. This is a thing we'll have to do. We'll have to get this tender here ballasted. So no train tonight. So let me know what you think about the layout now that it has a touch of green on it as well. I still have to, I'm not decided what to do with these houses, whether to have, I think I should make some gardens here, but I've decided the position of the restaurant. These ones here I still have to calculate where to put them, because I've got the footbridge that has to go over there. So there's a footbridge will be there. Then, as I said before, coal bunker and water crane here. And a small water tower over here. A small water tower, not the big one that's on the other layout. That would be much too big for this small settlement. And here you see the spare station. I mean, the spare station shouldn't even be here, but I've got plans about that spare station. What to do with it? I've not really. It's just here because I don't have another place to put it in. Okay, so these 3 houses here, I've not decided what to do with the gardens yet, so they'll have gardens at the back, and each house will have, like, a fence that goes around it. Also, these are just details that I have to make my mind up where to put them, because I have to put the lights underneath, so that's very important. And these houses here each one has its own light. So there will be 3 bulbs, 3 LED, bulbs, one per house, so that will be a cluster. So it will begin here, one under the signal box, 3 under there, then we'll move over. There's always the odd bulb that will be lighting underneath the table, because 1 or 2 here in the restaurant and shops, and then over to the station. I have 3 sets of Christmas lights, so I can do what I want. I could even put, you know, two different sets of lights. One for this part of the layout. So from here, a signal box, houses, restaurant, maybe station, and another one that can do, you know, the goods sheds. I've been considering regarding the goods shed what to do, whether to fit a bulb and wire it up, you know, independent on a different circuit. But I think what I will do, I'll just drill a wee hole in the bottom. In fact, I'm going to show you. A small hole under here I'll drill, and I'll fit. You can see that it's held together with, it's very good because you can dismantle it, because it's just held together with 4 brass screws, and then fit an LED Christmas light underneath that sticks up, and you just catch it, and that will light up the inside very well. And then if I want, I could, you know, take it to bits and improve some other things. So the main thing is to get this thing here ready to be able to play trains, and we have to get now that we've decided what to do. So regarding wiring, making a separate circuit for the thing, I don't really know. I might just keep it all in one controller, mainly to simplify my life, but we'll see. Let me know in the comments. Cheerio, and see you next time. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and share it. And comment. I like to read your comments and to always answer them.